by the side of the road, maybe trying to find his way home. He's here but not here, he's gone but not gone. Just hope to know if I get lost.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 3rd Annual Fallen Heroes Memorial Bridge Service. The mayor was supposed to be with us today and give some welcoming remarks, and he wanted to share a few thoughts with you. However, I guess most of you know he is ill and he's in the hospital. So Muncie Fire Chief Eddie Bell gets the, the lucky job of sharing the mayor's remarks with us. Chief Eddie Bell has been with the Muncie Fire Department for 27 years. We appreciate him being today. Please help me welcome Chief Eddie Bell.
Good afternoon. Again, the mayor asked if I would let you guys know that he truly wanted to be here. He wanted to be a part of this, and he's sorry that he couldn't. And he's going to get out of the hospital as soon as possible and get back to work for the citizens of Muncie. A bridge from grief and sadness to pride and promise. 2 years ago, we stood at this same site to dedicate Fallen Heroes Memorial Bridge. Today we gather. This time we honor Scott Davis as with other firefighters, police officers, and other safety services officers that have come before us and passed. I know that you share the emptiness that we feel every day. While it is impossible to adequately express those feelings in words, I shall try. My heart sank when I heard the news of the fire at the Tabernacle of Praise Church about a year ago, June 15th. I was sitting on the couch with my wife when I heard the news from a brother firefighter on scene. I grabbed my wife, went to the scene, and offered what assistance I could. I did that because that's what we do in public service. I remember the tragic afternoon from a distance. Many of us saw flames, smelled smoke, and watched as the congregation's hopes were reduced to ashes. A few hours, the world collapsed, as did the roof of the church. We also learned that the majority of our brave firefighters narrowly escaped through windows and doors. However, one of Muncie's finest, Scott Davis, did not make it out safely. The Lord called this man of some sincere faith home that day as a hero was trying to save a church. From that moment, Scott was found through 24 hours a day. He was never left by Muncie firefighters who held vigil every day until he was buried. Let us take a moment of silence in Scott's honor. I was a captain in the Muncie Fire Department. We are firefighters, police officers, emergency responders. We are family, extremely close family. To Rayanne, the children, you remain in our prayers always. Please know that this family, your family, will always be there for you. I was honored when I was asked to donate a bench and dedicate it to Scott and the brothers whose names are inscribed on the granite block that stands near the bench. However, I pray that we will never need to add another name. May the family, friends, and those honored honor these heroes come and sit and media and come and sit quietly and enjoy their thoughts while sitting here and tell what the community and the future of Muncie is. Firefighters, police officers, and emergency responders live a life of uncertainty. Every time the alarm goes off or the dispatcher sends you on a call, many things go through your mind. Will this be the last run? Would my family be provided for? Did I tell my wife and kids that I love them before I left the house? These thoughts cross your mind, but you cannot dwell upon them. Duty calls, and you must stay focused, not only for your safety, but the safety of those in the community. There's an old American proverb that says, when you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. Men and women who serve the public safety professions live by these words. Scott and all of the men whose names are inscribed on the stone certainly did. As I look at the towering bridge over the White River, and this is simple yet majestic stone marker, I cannot thank each and every one of you for helping raise money to make this dream possible. The bridge has a symbolic meaning for me. It spans a river of despair filled with tears of sorrow. The bridge takes us from the past of grief, sadness, into a future of pride, sacrifice, and love for our community and our future generations. Immortality exists as memories in others. This memorial will constantly remind each of us of these heroes and their courageous acts of service and love. It enables us to grant our heroes immortality. Thomas Paine, an author and one of our country's founding fathers, wrote something that I think is appropriate when speaking about these men. While Paine was referring to political courageousness, the same words can be spoken of courage in the face of danger for the public safety. Paine wrote, "The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. While we obtain too cheap, what we attain too cheap, we esteem too lightly." Immortality exists as memories for others. I love a man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress, and grow bravely by reflection. 'Tis the business of little minds to shrink, but he whose heart is firm and whose conscience approves his conduct will pursue this principle until death. Men whose names are engraved in this stone always smiled in the face of danger. These men gathered strength from distress of unknown hazards, grew brave by reflection upon life's threatening perils they faced. While our heroes feared death, as we all do, they overcame fear. They refused to shrink, but rather firmed their hearts, knowing that their conscience approved of the choices of courage and sacrifice. They also approved the honor principle of protecting public until death. As written in John 15:13, greater love hath no man than that of man. Again, Mayor Tyler would like to thank everybody for coming out, and he would appreciate remembering the people that are on the stone. Thank
you. Thank you, Chief, and please let the mayor know that our thoughts and prayers are with him, wishing him a speedy recovery. As we gather here for our third annual service, we will honor our fallen hero who made the supreme sacrifice this past year in the line of duty. We will also honor those who have died in the line of duty in Delaware County in prior years. As a community, We also want to extend our thanks and our gratitude to all public safety officers who are with us today and those who are working the streets. Each day you continue to put your lives in harm's way to protect society, vigilantly striving to make our community a safer place to live. To begin our ceremony, I ask that you please rise for the advancement of colors by Muncie Police Department Honor Guard. Then remain standing for the national anthem sung by surviving sibling Janet Bennett. After the national anthem, Chaplain H. Royce Mitchell will give the invocation.
Post colors. Order.
Officers, honor guard, out and reset, arc.
Detail. Left. Face. Forward. March.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripe and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of
You may take your seats.
as you sit, would you just take the attitude of prayer, please? Dear God, we want to take this time to thank you for this beautiful day. Time that we're taking to honor our fallen heroes and their families. God, may we never forget their sacrifice and commitment to their duties and our great country. Please help their family members, friends who remain. God, give them strength to carry on, remembering that their loved ones are appreciated and will never be forgotten. Now, God, we ask that you bless this event with the presence of your Holy Spirit. These blessings we ask in thy wonderful name. Amen.
Thank you, Janet, Chaplain Mitchell. I'd like to introduce to you the guests on the dais who do not have a speaking part today. To my left, Muncie Police Chief Stewart, and a few people down to his left, Delaware County Sheriff Mike Scroggins. Thank you for being with us today. A few years ago, one of Muncie's finest citizens traveled across the United States for his job. He realized that each community had a special way to pay homage to their fallen public safety officers. Mr. Bill Terrell approached the Delaware County Commissioners and asked for the renaming of the High Street Bridge as a way to honor all of our public safety. 3 years ago, we dedicated this sacred memorial. We are proud that this is a place that is visible to all who visit the city of Muncie. This memorial has brought awareness to our city and has helped to educate our society on the dangers of public service. This memorial is a place where the dedication, sacrifice, and stories of our loved ones will be remembered and repeated for many generations to come. One of our strongest supporters was the Delaware County Council. If the realization of the memorial would hit a roadblock, the council members were the first ones to offer words of encouragement and support. Today, President Todd Donati continues that support with the presentation of a proclamation.
Thank you, everyone. Definitely appreciate everyone coming out today, and I want to comment that this event means more to me than just being a commissioner that is the official caretaker of this bridge. I grew up in a family of public safety officers, and I learned long ago to admire and respect their service to our community. And any man and woman that enters into that service surely defines who they are at that point. I want to recite a quote from a Debbie Mazar that kind of sets aside the feeling that I have. It's called hero. A hero is somebody who is selfless, who is generous in spirit, who just tries to give back as much as possible and help people. A hero to me is someone who saves people and who really deeply cares. I have a proclamation on behalf of the Delaware County Commissioners. This proclamation is the Fallen Heroes Memorial Bridge Proclamation. It states, whereas the work of the public safety officers and officials is important and vital to providing the citizens of Muncie and Delaware County with safety, security, and confidence to move safely and freely about their community. Whereas public safety representatives exemplifies an individual loyalty, unwavering dedication, and expertise in protecting citizens and structures of our community through the services of firemen, policemen, and emergency medical service, either full-time, reserve, or volunteer. Whereas through the dedication of these public safety services, an individual has sacrificed their life for the benefit of safety for their fellow officers and the citizens of our community. Whereas through the desire and devotion of family, friends, and public officials, it is determined that a visible landmark within our community that connects public and private together is dedicated to the honor of these public safety individuals that sacrificed above and beyond the call of duty. Now, therefore, by the authority of the Delaware County Commissioners, I hereby proclaim recognition of these fallen heroes each year on the Fallen Heroes Memorial Bridge, and specifically for 2012, the addition of Scott T. Davis, Muncie Firefighter, on this 9th day of June, 2012. Thank you.
Thank you. Please tell the other commissioners that we say thank you as well. There is water at the tent in the back, cold water if anyone should need water. The day began like any other routine day at the fire station. When the day ended, it would end like no other day in the history of the Muncie Fire Department. Doing a job he dearly loved took the life of firefighter Scott Thomas Davis and injured several other firefighters. In 1 week, June the 15th, we will mark the 1-year anniversary of Scott's death. To his family and co-workers, it seems like it was just yesterday. There are no words that will take away your pain and sorrow, but hopefully you will find a little comfort in our words and our hugs as we remember Scott today. Firefighter Austin Rich was